Thing to think, isn't it, with Meghan Markle, because she often, during her own interviews, throws out these very strange sort of things, the ones that are supposed to frighten perhaps the media or indeed senior members of the British monarchy. On a recent red carpet event for Variety magazine, she twittered on about she had so many things on the slate that she couldn't wait to share with the rest of the world. But of course, forgetting that most of the content had already been rejected by her biggest paymaster, Netflix. They didn't want Pearl, but Meghan's deafened to that. She's deafened to the fact that people didn't want her Spotify series, despite them being paid millions of dollars. This is the problem when you don't really engage with your audience. Now you see, the other problem that Meghan Markle truly has is that she has an agency that's very much well respected, and lots of people keep speculating as to whether she's been dumped by the agency or not. They will plow on with you until there's nothing left to wring out. That's what agencies do. Only when they feel there's nothing left will they truly dump you. Meghan apparently is still available to give speeches, but having witnessed a couple of speeches that she gave, for instance, during that catastrophic car chase in New York City, truly, who's going to pay for that? The one speech they want from her is, as you know, the one thing that she's holding back on. The memoir. Let me explain. Good morning, Neil. Sean here. Nice to see you as ever. Thank you for joining me. Good to have your company. It's interesting, isn't it, when you think about Meghan Markle, because as she said in that interview with I think it's the Net or the Cut, that, oh no, she never signed any NDAs or whatever. But, really, what did she do inside the royal family other than moan and allegedly terrorize staff with 5 a.m. calls of what she wanted them to do? So I think we kind of know exactly what she did and what she didn't do in that very short tenure. But of course, book publishers, as I've told you before, were very interested for a given point. They thought, yeah, maybe there could be something in this, maybe they couldn't. And as we also told you, they would have liked to have seen a couple of, chapters to see if there was anything worthwhile from the twitterings of Meghan. But, she thinks it's worth a lot more than having to submit chapters, allegedly. Now, a lot of people are basically saying, well, what about the royal family? They must be quaking in their boots because if Meghan decides to tell her version of events, well, we kind of know Meghan's version of events, don't we? She revealed quite a bit of that to Oprah Winfrey. That was really her big chance. She was completely in awe of the US chat show doing. It was the thing that she really wanted to sit opposite. When you think about it, they all know what she's about. They're just playing her for the money. If you recall when Ellen DeGeneres said to Meghan Markle, sat in her chair, how she used to turn up at the studio for auditions. But very quietly and very slyly, Ellen said, oh, a little bit different to today, isn't it? Meaning the security and, of course, the things that were applied to that particular interview. Ellen's no fool. She was using it for her own ends. Ratings. So how frightened are the British royal family of Meghan revealing all in a book? Well, apparently couldn't care less. You see, what's happened with her chum, Omid Scobie, in his book Endgame, it literally fired and burned within a matter of days, proving to be a complete tissue of lies. He couldn't remember what it included in there. Of course, he swore on his life and his family's life on Newsnight and decided, no, he didn't know anything. Now he's ambling around the US in dark glasses. Who on earth would know him? Would he know himself if he saw his own reflection in a mirror? I mean, it's incredible when you think about it. So for all of those people that are asking, what do the British monarchy feel and think about Meghan Markle revealing all in her memoir? Well, it's about as much excitement as you and I, and seemingly the rest of the world, had for that latest royal book. Nonplussed. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.